I mean, how does this happen? Last week, he had the whole legal system rigged. Now, he's powerless.
People believe that Q is someone very close to President Trump. According to him, many in our government are actively worshiping Satan.
Someone has to ask her, if that were true, wouldn't it be a pretty good reason to vote for the Democrat?
Breaking news. Congresswoman caught doing the conspiracy Macarena on Capitol Hill. Jimmy Kimmel and Jasmine Crockett team up to decode MTG's bizarre behavior, and the results are hilarious. But wait, there's more. Trump jumps to MTG's defense, claiming he's the funniest president ever. Spoiler, he's not. Watch as Kimmel and Crockett turn political drama into comedy gold, leaving MTG and Trump fumbling for comebacks.
Spoke to Representative Biggs, or his staff, about that fact, didn't you?
I do not remember.
How about Representative Gosar?
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Corruption surrounded by corrupt judges and corrupt politicians. Other than that, there's no pressure.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Alright folks, buckle up because we're about to dive into the wild world of Marjorie Taylor Greene's latest congressional performance. Picture this, a serious oversight committee hearing discussing important matters of national security, and in walks MTG looking like she just chugged a gallon of espresso mixed with Red Bull.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, the congresswoman from Georgia, is now saying the federal government is literally controlling the weather. We're controlling the weather.
If you were president, would you declassify, you can answer yes or no to these, would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Maybe you accomplish that by performing a mass shooting into a crowd that is very likely to be conservative.
As the committee chair tried to maintain order, MTG's eyes darted around the room like she was watching an invisible ping pong match. Her hands flailed about, pointing at random objects and occasionally slapping the table for emphasis. It was as if she was trying to swat away imaginary flies or conduct an invisible orchestra of conspiracy theories. But the real kicker came when MTG opened her mouth. Instead of coherent arguments or thoughtful questions, what came out was a word salad that would make even the most avant-garde poets scratch their heads. She rambled on about space lasers, lizard people, and something about a secret cabal of left-handed people controlling the world's supply of cheese. Jimmy Kimmel, never one to miss an opportunity for a good roast, compared MTG to 3 raccoons in a trench coat trying to sneak into an all-you-can-eat dumpster buffet. He went on to say, "I'm not saying she's unhinged, but if doors had her level of swing, we'd never need to open them manually again."
The witnesses that were on our side, they were literally crucified by this man who looks like an angel, but he's really a devil. He looks so nice and soft.
We need conservatives in Washington that will keep it that way.
The Democrat Party is no longer an American party. They are now the party of socialism.
Donald Trump has pushed us to the point where we can't even agree on the weather. What a stupid time to be alive. But
as the hearing descended into chaos, with other committee members looking on in a mix of horror and fascination, everyone waited to see how Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett would respond. Known for her quick wit and no-nonsense attitude, Crockett didn't disappoint. With a deadpan expression that would make even the Queen's Guard crack a smile, Crockett leaned into her microphone and said, "I'd like to thank my esteemed colleague for providing us with a live demonstration of what happens when a Facebook conspiracy theory comes to life and gets elected to Congress." The room erupted in a mixture of gasps, laughter, and awkward coughs. MTG, for her part, looked like she couldn't decide whether to be offended or to start ranting about how Facebook is actually run by a secret society of talking parrots. Kimmel, clearly impressed by Crockett's zinger, added his own follow-up. "I haven't seen someone get burned that badly since the last time MTG tried to read a book without pictures."
New this morning, Twitter has permanently banned the personal account of Georgia Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene.
If you want Islam and Sharia law, you stay over there in the Middle East. You stay there and go to Mecca and do all your thing. And
has anyone thought about unplugging America and plugging it back in again?
Just when we thought the roast of MTG couldn't get any hotter, in walks Jasmine Crockett with a flamethrower of facts and wit. This freshman congresswoman from Texas's 30th district isn't just any newbie on Capitol Hill. She's a former civil rights attorney who's traded courtrooms for congressional chambers. And boy, does she know how to lay down the law when it comes to conspiracy theories. Crockett, who's been fighting for voting rights and criminal justice reform, decided to take on a different kind of justice, comedic justice. And let me tell you, she served it up hot and fresh. When MTG started spewing her usual nonsense, Crockett didn't just fact-check her, she roasted her like a marshmallow at a campfire ghost story session. Picture this. MTG's going on about her latest wild ideas, and Crockett, cool as a cucumber, asks if MTG's GPS is set to Crazy Town.
I have a wonderful wife who has to listen to this stuff all the time. They do that for this reason.
And once it's gone, freedom doesn't come back by itself. The only way you get your freedoms back is it's earned with the price of blood.
I mean, that's not just a burn, that's a whole forest fire. But wait, it gets better. Crockett then wondered aloud if MTG thought NASA was run by Dr. Evil. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to think Crockett's been moonlighting as a comedy writer. But the real kicker? Crockett hit us with this gem. I'm starting to think MTG confuses Congress with an open mic night at the Conspiracy Comedy Club. Ouch, that's not just a zinger, that's a whole dang bell. The audience was eating it up like it was free pizza at a college event. Now, you might be thinking, sure, but how did the comedy king himself, Jimmy Kimmel, react to this unexpected comedic powerhouse? Well, folks, let's just say Kimmel recognized game when he saw it. He was so impressed by Crockett's performance that he didn't just applaud, he extended an invitation for her to join his show. Talk about a congressional field trip. But Crockett wasn't done yet. She delivered a final blow that had everyone's jaws on the floor. She declared,
Just filed articles of impeachment on President Joe Biden. We'll see how this goes.
And you know what? If I'd just been found guilty of covering up a hush money payment to a porn star, I wouldn't be in a rush to get home to my wife either.
MTG isn't just living in an alternative facts universe. She's the CEO, founder, and sole inhabitant. The room erupted in laughter so loud, I swear you could hear it all the way in MTG's Crazy Town. Well, folks, it looks like the dynamic duo of Kimmel and Crockett have scored a knockout against the conspiracy queen herself. Who knew that a late-night host and a freshman congresswoman could pack such a punch? But here's the kicker. Political satire isn't just about getting laughs. It's like a sneaky ninja, slipping past our defenses and making us think about the crazy stuff going on in Washington.
Hillary Clinton, oh, she's crooked, folks. She's crooked as a $3 bill. You should lock her up, I'll tell you. Lock her up is right. For what she's done, they should lock her up.
You didn't talk to anybody in government about the fact that there were going to be large protests in Washington on January 6th.
I don't remember.
So next time you're faced with some bonkers political nonsense, don't just roll your eyes, channel your inner comedian and hit him with a zinger. Who knows, you might just change a few minds along the way. And hey, if MTG is reading this, assuming she can read, I bet she's already cooking up her next big theory. Maybe Jimmy Kimmel is secretly controlling the weather with his hair gel. Stay tuned, folks. The circus never ends.